Welcome back. Okay, it is Game Changing Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, Wednesday, and I'm so grateful to have y'all back for another Game Changing episode. We got my man Winner.
Boop, boop, boop.
He said I could do that, y'all.
Yeah, because switch it up, see?
Switch it up.
Yeah.
Don't mean to offend none of my Caribbean family out there. It's all love.
Of course, always.
But yes, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. You know, this is fly. I like this, man. Game changers. Yeah, we're going to change the game.
We're going to change the game.
This is my third year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, funny story, not so funny. This is our first time actually meeting and having a real conversation.
Yes.
But we've been following each other for a couple of years. And when I tell you Mr. Williams is like a top contributor in our Game Change Facebook page, and he's always supporting everything. And I'm like, yo, like the love is so dope coming from him. I had to like have you on the couch, so.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, we got to show love out here.
Yes.
To our fellow podcasters, and you doing your thing too. I see you.
Thank you.
Of course.
So I noticed like you like kind of trailblazing. Like the first time I ever saw you was in action. You were literally on the scene of an event, doing a show, and I've been watching you ever since. So being new to the podcasting industry and seeing even people come behind me, like I wanted to really know like what's your experience been like podcasting, and like why did you even get started? Like where did it come from?
Okay, well, why did I get started in the podcasting game? I've always been known to be direct, you know, speak how I feel.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you know, I was coming out of a situation, you know what I mean? And I felt like it was a way where I could express how I felt, you know? So I started off with the relationship podcasting.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I was being vulnerable, you know, I was a not so good guy, and
you wasn't giving Kevin Samuels now.
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't. Yeah. He was way more cleaned up. You know, I wasn't at that level.
Oh gosh.
So,
I would love to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's really what got me in it. And it was more like a space for me to vent. And I tell people that all the time, especially if you're going to be in the relationship podcast space, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Can get sticky, you know?
Yeah, right.
If you haven't dealt with some inner, you know, things, which most people don't, you know, it could be triggering at points, especially if you got co-hosts, you know? Yeah. So that's how I got started in it, you know? It was just me trying a thing, you know, not really knowing what it was about, but I love to talk and I'm very debative.
Yeah.
You know, I give my opinion and also facts. You know, I'm big on like research and studies and things like that. So that's what kind of got me into the space.
Okay. I did not know that. That's super dope.
Yeah. You scroll down a bit on the gram.
I gotta
see some. Yeah. I scroll.
And these women, what they really, I gotta watch some of that.
You know,
I gotta watch some
it wasn't really, which a lot of people are shocked. I'm very vulnerable and I keep it 100. I was that guy that said, yo, I only got 200. You know, I don't got the other half of the rent. You know, I was trying to rap back in the day. Like,
okay.
Yeah, not even trying. I was doing it and I was just caught up in the whole studio life, King of Diamonds. You know, I was younger, you know, opening up for like Ross and different things like that.
Yeah.
You know, seeing like, man, I'm trying to be in this rap space.
Right. So hold me down.
Yeah, hold a brother down.
All right,
you know,
now.
neglected my responsibilities as a man, you know, so I didn't like cast no blame. I was taking accountability.
That's dope. And like, look, who would have guessed like what it would have turned into?
Yeah, I would have never known that.
What? So like, at what point did it come from like, yo, I'm just like venting, trying to get through this rough patch to the whole I Talk Gray franchise? Like,
well, how that got started, it was challenging for me to get guests.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had an opportunity from Ace Magazine. Shout out to Ace Magazine. They reached out to me. They was like, man, you ever hosted a red carpet event? I was like, nah. I don't know what that is really besides, you know, seeing BET Awards and stuff like that.
Right.
You know? And it was like, yo, well, we having a show. If you want to come out and do it, let's run it. So I went out there, did it, got the mic, got my camera guy, came, shot it. And I started getting invited to a lot of different networking events and doing red carpets and stuff. So that brought visibility to the brand to where people was reaching out to me and saying, yo, hey, how can I come on the show? So that's where the gray area come from, the I Talk Gray, because I was able to pivot while I wasn't able to get guests onto the show. That's
super dope.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a game changer right there.
Hey,
that's a game changing gem, because like I always tell people, like, be open to like receiving that thing that you want in a different package. Because like, coming from my background, I was in business. Everything was black and white. It had to make sense. It had to connect. And some of my biggest blessings came like in those gray areas.
Yeah.
Well, I actually got into media through Ty. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up, Ty?
We love you, Ty.
Cool peoples.
Ty is like my auntie's niece on her other side of her family. So she connected us. And she always showed me love, and she invited me to all the media events, and I got connected with different people in media, and I realized like how important this is to every business.
Yeah, no, facts. That's big facts.
And I was running a spa, and I'm like, this is great, but this is very niche, right? And I just took a liking for it. Like, I love having conversations with people and, just really connecting on a real authentic level. So
okay. That's how. Well, you doing your thizzle. You know what I'm saying?
No experience.
Hey, well, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the communicational side, right, is there. It's just, I tell other podcasters, understand that this is a business. Right. I didn't know that coming into the space. Like I said, I was just coming in, trying a thing and not realizing that this is big business. You got to get your LLC. You got to get, your EIN and go down those channels. Get a CPA, you know what I'm saying? All of those things. Get business credit, all of that, because at the same time, it's money out here.
It's money out here. Okay. He said the key word.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I say, podcasting is very new to me and new to some of our listeners. So what are some ways to monetize a podcast, like in your experience?
Well, so we got to look at the word monetize, right? It brings it back to value. So I was able to bring value to myself by being in places that other people couldn't really get into.
The access.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ty, you know what I mean? South Promo. Getting access to those kind of events and things like that, it brought the visibility, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, how do I get on that show?
Right.
So now that separates me from other podcasters, right? No offense or anything like that, but it's like, okay, I want to sit on your show now.
Right.
Now that costs. Because now, we got cameras, we got editing, reels, BTS, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of those things, photos, all of those things come with a price tag. But I would tell a podcaster that gets in, build your ladder up, don't necessarily always look for the money right away, because the average podcaster doesn't really start making money until probably like the third year anyway, But if you have merch, that's another way to monetize, Black, and www.italkgray.com. That's another way, getting your YouTube channel up. Also, you can start subscriptions. Affiliate marketing is another great way.
How do you do affiliate marketing with podcasting?
So basically, let's say you have somebody like me, right? Amazing Mr. Williams out here, and I tell you, hey, sell my merch while you're on your show. So you set up a code, whether it's Gray, Mr. Gray, and everybody that buys from you, I give you a percentage off of that.
Okay.
So that's called affiliate marketing.
Okay, so the product would be the merch from other.
Yeah, this merch right here. If I shoot you with it, or you could do ad placements. Let's say I wanted you, if you was bringing in a certain type of demographic or viewers or whatever the case may be. Let's see you got merch on. And I'm like, yo, I want you to wear my stuff during your episode.
Yeah.
That's product placement. Or if you want reach out to businesses that say, hey, I could display your products during the show. Sponsorships, all those types of things. So those are all different ways to start monetizing.
Okay.
And you don't have to have large numbers. You just got to package it up real good and show them like, oh, hey, this is what we're looking to project in terms of our viewers. This is what we're doing so far. You know, show them the analytics and say, hey, man, the game change is about to be crazy over here.
Yeah.
So you want to get in right now at $1,000. Next week, it might be $5,000.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You got bottles or whatever you know that's in your field, because I don't accept like alcohol and stuff like that, because that's not what I'm trying to promote.
Right.
But if you're in the clothing business, spa business, you know, things like that, cleaning business, we could definitely work something.
Oh, you're dropping some gems. I love it. Okay, so on this podcast, this is like an entrepreneurial mindset podcast. So obviously, like, you know your stuff. Like, you've really been, experienced, and you're learning from your experiences.
Yes.
Now, mindset-wise, like, what was that process like learning this? Was it bumping your head? Was it something that you always had the business acumen to do? Like, what was your process like?
Well, I like to start off with, when you say mindset, I like to start off with, where's your mindset when it comes to consistency, right? Because a lot of people see podcasting, it's like a fad, but the average podcaster gives up at around the 20th episode, right? Because it's not easy, it takes much grit, consistency, sacrifice, everything ain't gonna always be peachy. Yeah. So I like to speak to that first, because at the end of the day, it's like one of my homeboys called me like, man, I want to start a podcast, bro. I've been wanting to start for like years now. I'm about to go spend 7 racks.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoa. Before you even do that, because I tell people all the time, use what you have.
Yeah.
If you've been wanting to start a podcast 7 years and you ain't never start, you ain't got a video on your phone, no.
You don't want it to say for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that. Use your phone, pull out your phone, start doing some IG lives or just doing some videos. Start there.
Yeah.
Because I jumped right in, like I was ready to go. Coming from the rapping, it was easy for me to sit down and start chopping it up. And I was always open about my life anyway.
Okay.
So it never bothered me. And growing up in New York, dealing with criticism, like I get criticism all the time. Like, oh, you look like a retarded Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Different stuff like that.
I never thought of that.
I've heard it all. You look like Luda with, your teeth crooked, all this kind of stuff. So some people don't start podcasting because they're afraid of the backlash that they may get from being online, especially TikTok, Facebook. So I would speak to, who are you first? Because I believe there's a lot of personal development that comes from being in this space.
What?
It's huge level of self-awareness.
Yeah, it have to, because like, think about it. You're having a whole conversation that's being captured on camera. So when we post this stuff, people are there with their Zooms, they're there with everything, and they critique you, and if like you aren't confident in what you said and how you look, then it can be a little tough.
Yeah, no, facts.
It can be a little tough.
My son, he put up a picture, and I was like, oh, if nobody liked it, what would you do? He's like, oh, take it down. So it doesn't just affect children, it affects adults too. Being out at networking events, and I'm like, yo, sweetheart, I'm not no videographer. Oh, turn this way. Oh, no, catch me like, no, yo, you sloppy. Like, do what you got to do. Like, I'm not about to do all of this and this, because that's what it is.
Right.
So even me, I'm not going to front. Like, I've always been cool with the crooked, you know what I mean? But now that I'm on the camera, I'm like, God, it is kind of crooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it more now, live and living color. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit. I got to highlight, not the white or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I feel you. Listen, I'm in the gym at least 4 times a week trying to unbig this back, okay?
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do. So I said, well, it is personal development.
Yeah.
Unless you're okay with being however you are, you're not, tripping about your physique or getting backlash, then cool. But most people, they say that once them cameras come on, it's a totally different response.
Yeah. You can't edit it like you do the pictures, bro.
Yeah.
You really
can't bleep that out. That's just how you look. Like, you just got to accept it.
So I'm hearing like some common threads of like some components of being successful when it comes to podcasting. So one would be obviously communication. Like, you have to at least be comfortable communicating, being transparent with your own thoughts, feelings, everything.
Critique. I hate when podcasters act like, yo, don't even come under the comments with that. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, you put yourself out there.
Yes, this is a platform where we're supposed to respond and engage.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people get caught up with followers all the time. Like, people be like, yo, my followers is crazy. Yeah, but you got 2 comments. So that don't really mean anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's about community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's your engagement at? So you can't be a podcaster and be afraid for somebody having a difference in opinion from your ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a given.
I love that, actually. I love when someone is bold enough to put their opinion and say, I don't agree with you. Oh, really? Why? Let's talk about it.
I'm going to do that all day. And see, that is actually, to give you some sauce, right? What I learned from Gary Vee. So that's one of my tips that I do. Like, I'll go in the shade room or I'll go on other people's page and I'll just disagree just because.
Yeah.
Because now when people are seeing my page, they're like, yo, who the hell is this clown? Or who is this guy? And they're going to come to my page now. And when they see all the other content and they're rocking with it, now you got a follower.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. That's how you build your following up organically.
Okay. I love that. Thank you. Because I'm like in that space now where it's like, okay, we definitely got the look of it. Now I want to start to grow.
Yeah. That's definitely a tip. Yeah. Or you go another one where you go into the Explorer page and you go where you see where you could type in like different cities.
Okay.
So you go in there, you put New Orleans, go to the recent pictures. You might see a guy working out at the gym. Just comment. Keep doing that.
Okay. Just say anything.
Yeah. Something that's engaging with what they are posting.
Okay. And that's just like algorithm work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now when they see that, they're curious. They're going to go to your story. They're going to go to your page. You know, they're going to see what you got going on. Like, okay, who is this person commenting on my page? You know what I'm saying? So that's just another way to build it up organically. Because everybody buying followers now, but I'm not really with that. I get it a little bit, but at the same time, I rather get it out the mud the organic way.
Yeah, because buying the followers kills your engagement.
No, it does.
Like, it's a vanity metric, so obviously it does attract a certain people, you know, certain crowd.
Yeah.
But engagement, especially when it comes to podcasting, because it's so important to build community, engagement is king. I'm learning that here.
No, that's big facts.
Yeah. So, you know, it's always super special when I have other media personalities on the couch with me. So, is there anything you want to know about me?
You said you was in, okay, so I know podcasting is media. So that's another thing I had to learn just being in the business. I didn't even know it was media.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm media? I'm like, oh, okay. Snap. I thought it was just podcasting.
Black news.
Yeah, you know. You got to learn the business around it. Yeah. You know, it's one thing to have the talent to be within the space, but you got to learn the business. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to learn how things run. So you said you was in the spa business.
Yeah.
Really? Are you still in that, or did you give that up for this?
I gave it up for this. Well, I didn't know I was giving it up for this.
Okay.
So, spa story. So I started in spa management about 7 years ago, out here in like Brickell, Miami Beach. And I was like, you know what? I don't see a lot of young Black women or Latin women, or I don't see my people really indulging in this. And I saw how people use it to really revitalize themselves and just live a better quality of life. So I decided to get licensed because I was already a makeup artist. Okay. And I needed the license.
That makes sense. I see your makeup on point.
Thank you. Period.
You're welcome.
But I needed the license as an esthetician to legally be able to do makeup. So got licensed, couldn't get a job because I wasn't bilingual. Yeah. And this was back in like 2018. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. So I started doing facials and makeup in people's home.
Okay, so you was mobile with it.
I was mobile with it. Okay. Bed, steamer. I was doing the social media. Yeah. That's when I got into media and I really learned, like, I love branding and marketing and building businesses up. Okay. COVID happened. So that was dead. Switched to products, like ended up making skincare products. Then I got into the e-commerce side of things. Okay. And that was a whole nother animal, but it was amazing because, you know, it was just like, it brought in my whole audience. Ended up getting featured in like British Vogue, got a bunch of traction from that, and then I got a location right down the street, actually, my spa used to be. Okay. And Yeah, I did that for about 5 years.
Okay, you was doing your thizzle.
Thank you. That was my baby. But I just felt like really limited.
Oh, okay.
I felt really limited because it's like, it's beauty. So my whole pitch was, oh, look beautiful, treat your skin. And although that was a part of me, like as I developed and learned more about the business side, I just felt like I had more value to offer. And I just started to like resent the space, honestly.
No, I feel you. Yeah. Okay. Do you ever see yourself getting back into it though?
As an investor.
Okay.
I would invest in
that girl's smart.
Yeah.
She wise.
Thank you.
As an investor.
I'm working on that right now, yeah.
Okay. You got investors in this? No? Okay, so this is
I have Boss Nation Network as a sponsor.
Okay, that's what's up. All right. Getting your sponsors up.
Yeah.
That's so dope. Getting sponsors, man.
Absolutely. Like, oh, she became through, okay? Funny thing, because, we're on Boss Nation Network, and I told you it's a network of different entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I have been working with Sheba for like 2 years on a reality show, Boss Models.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
Ty was on that, right?
Ty wasn't on it, but Ty, is the manager.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I saw it. Yeah, Boss Models. Yeah.
So I had that relationship. I had just decided, God had spoke to me, said, let it go, girl. I said, all right. And he was like, I was praying. God was like, you need to use your voice, right? And so I had been listening to this podcaster, Pastor Tim Ross, The Basement. I love his stuff. And it really inspired me. I'm like, you know what? I think I could see myself doing this.
All right.
That week, Sheba calls a meeting for the Boss Models, and he's like, hey, listen, we're building up this app, this social media streaming app, which is coming out really soon. And anyone who's interested in doing the show, like, doors open. And I was like,
let's run it.
Period. And that's where we at with it.
All right, okay. You made the right move.
Yeah.
It's definitely fly.
At first, it was like, I don't like this like that. But
yeah. It be like that, though.
It's gritty,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming from, like, the beauty space, and this is, like, technical, but...
But see, I tell podcasters that all the time, in order to grow, right, you have to learn how to delegate.
Yeah.
Because other people are more efficient in other areas than you are. So, yes, I'm not saying I can't learn the camera and the technical side, but why am I going to spend time doing that where I could just hire somebody amazing like him?
Yeah.
Or look to get the sponsorship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can't do it all.
Right.
So you stay in your lane and I'm going to stay in my lane and we can do the damn thing.
Absolutely. And I think that's like why it's growing so fast. Because even if I look at our first episode a few months ago, compared to now, it's like, we've been grinding and like we work super well together. So
okay, that's good. Yeah, you need the good chemistry, the connection, so you can build, man. Because things can get sticky. Yeah, I've been through some obstacles, but it's all part of the process, and we still here putting in the work.
So what's the vision? Like, what really keeps you going?
To be honest, right, when I transitioned into being more like business minded, that's why I said, hey, why not interview business professionals?
Come on.
And business professionals understand the ROI, so they're not really afraid to invest.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So why not have conversations with people who I see myself being and being around that circle, and just growing as an individual. So to me, I want to be able to show people like, yo, there's more than one way to do something. It's never black and white. You can always pivot. You could come out your 9 to 5. You could come out your spa thing. You could still keep it, but you, like you said, investor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can still stay on the course.
That's dope. It's like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Because in you, obviously, having ideal clients for your show, you're also growing and learning from them.
Oh, yeah, tremendously.
So it's just like everybody's elevated, and I love that.
Yeah, and we need that in our space anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Black and brown people, we need to be more financial literate. Like one of my associates sent me a post, right? About the Invest Fest?
Yeah.
So
you went, right?
No, I didn't get a chance to go. I had some engagements. I couldn't make it. I had some shows I had to cover. But he sent me a clip of what was going on at the Invest Fest. So I guess after everything was done, all the festivities was done, they started throwing money in the air. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was real or not. I don't think so, because I ain't seen nobody bending down trying to pick it up. That's what I would have been doing.
Right.
But he was basically saying like, man, that's making us look bad. But what I said was, I said, we got to realize we still new to coming into that level of awareness of financial literacy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we've always been there like that. So we still may be carrying certain ways, certain programs. It ain't fully unprogrammed yet.
Right.
You know, so you might see us doing something great, then you might see us eating some chicken and waffles. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and ain't no shame in that.
Yeah.
Because we gonna put a razzle dazzle on everything we do anyway.
Yeah, you know, I get what he's saying. Yes, we do have to learn how to, like a lot of networking events that I go to, I don't really like them when they're so late, when they're with alcohol and this. Like when I went to the Grant Cardone event, it was at 7 a.m. Okay. So it gives you a more idea of like, okay, who's serious? Because not everybody want to get up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. But if you're serious about your paper, you're going to be there.
Right.
And you're going to get up. You're going to sacrifice and not drink on Friday. Drink after, you know, but you're not going to drink on Friday because you need to be there we need to be up by at least 5 because it was down here.
And that's peak performance time anyway.
Exactly. So I get the both sides of it, but at the same time, I feel like we got to give ourselves a little bit more grace of trying to even step into this financial literacy space, you know, and just seeing more of us and just growing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's really dope that you brought that up because, you know, this space that I created was also for like first generation entrepreneurs because I didn't know nothing when I started my business. And I'm like, wow, you know, if I had that network or if my family had that information, I would be so much farther along.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just a blessing for us to even desire to want to actually know, to want to be financially literate is like growth.
Yeah.
And I think that wealth for us doesn't have to look like wealth for any other demographic, right?
Yeah.
So just because they may be playing by a certain type of rules culture-wise, that doesn't make, that doesn't have to be our blueprint.
Yeah.
Like, I love someone who is fiscally responsible and get a little ratchet. Like, that, it's not,
and get a little ratchet.
like, it's not, you two, duality.
I mean, I do believe there's a time and place for things, you know, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I may not turn up here, but I may go somewhere and say, yo, look, man, like when I met Ross, you know, I ain't gonna front. It was just perfect timing. And yeah, I ain't drink there, but when I left, you know, I felt like, you know, pop a championship because he only interviewed with me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, work.
He's
ain't going to work.
Legend, okay.
Yeah.
3 or 5 legend.
Somebody, I was actually getting ready to interview somebody else on the red carpet. And I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, you got to go. I was like, Ross? Oh, that. But the guy understood the assignment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't take it in no type of way. It's like, bro, come on. Like, what do you want me to do? But after I was done, shoot, I'm like, work. We ain't going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we turning up.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that there. So I feel like it is a time and place for everything. But I get what you're saying. Like, hey, there's still more process for us to go through. But the fact that we are trying to get into that mindset and attend, you know, masterminds. Like when I went to the wealth conference with Coach Stormy, that platinum room, every person in there, and this was regular black people that have businesses, they had to pay 10 bands to get in there.
People got it.
Yeah, they got it.
They got it.
I mean, I got in as media, but hey, I was in there. You know what I'm saying? But it was still inspirational to see.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, man, they not even like celebrities. This is just regular black, normal, I wouldn't even say regular, but normal black people every day that's investing and doing business. You're seeing husband and wives, you know, everybody driving off in Wraiths and Lamborghini trucks. And I was like, wow, this is dope to see, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see a shift in media where I'm personally getting more comfortable and others are getting more comfortable with investing in information and proximity.
Yeah.
And that's a game changer.
Yes, you have to, because it's going to save you time. So you could try to do it on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. But why not get a cheat sheet? So if I never knew, and I tell people that all the time, especially in this space, you have to kind of learn how to sell.
Yeah.
Even if somebody inquires with you, because I'm not going to front, somebody will come to me like, oh, how much it costs to get on your podcast? And I would just tell them straight out. And that's not the way to do it. You know what I mean? Because at the same time, I wasn't presenting the value that I had first. So people have to see your value so they know once you give them the price, they can't refuse to offer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Game changer.
Game changer. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't invest and buy some books, listen to Alex Hormozy, you know, things of that nature. So I definitely agree with somebody saying, yo, okay, you going where I want to go, or you're already there.
Yeah.
How much is your course or your coaching package? Let me go ahead and invest in that, because that's just going to level you up times 10, and you ain't waiting 10, 15 years to get there.
Exactly. Well, shout out to you, like having a platform, sharing the information, being a cheat code.
Yeah,
like, I really appreciate you in this space, and I'm happy you came here today.
No, of course. You can always share information. Why? Because I tell people, I could give you the whole play. That don't mean you're going to do it.
Right.
So at least you can't say, I was holding on to it.
Right.
I gave you the whole play. Now it's up for you to go execute. And there's a difference between somebody listening to you versus what they're going to do when they get home.
Man, listen, say that part again, because I think like we have so much information out there that we're spoiled, right? And you forget that you actually have to integrate the information into your daily lifestyle to see the results.
Yeah, start implementing.
That's a whole other process.
Yeah. Because people don't like, I tell people all the time, failing is how you learn.
Yeah.
You're going to do something wrong. It is what it is.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be afraid to fail. That's the fastest way to learn.
Yeah. That's another confidence issue. You know what I'm saying? So I like to look at the root word of confidence. It means to confide. So at the same time, if you're not trusting yourself, it's still showing how you view yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's deep. Okay. Wait a minute. Yo, we can really do this all night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 3 game-changing gems.
Okay.
So what were 3 game-changing moments in your life and your career?
I would say for sure, number 1, do some studying, do some research. Understand the niche that you're in, right? Do your due diligence. Number 2, work on yourself. You know, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Hire a coach. You know, buy some books, read, study. Number 3, network. Not just on the gram, because I do be in DMs, but at the same time, get out there to events, man. Meet people, touch people, let people know who you are. Get branded. You know, those would be my game changers.
Come on now. Oh, this is amazing. Do you have any projects or anything you're working on that you want the people to know?
Yes, I do. So September 28th, you're going to be able to see your boy, Mr. Williams, I Talk Great podcast live. I'm going to be doing live conversations with Mr. Williams, the I Talk Great podcast. So I'm going to have a financial specialist there, my girl Valerie. I got my other homegirl, Tolisha. She's big when it comes to marketing and branding. I'm going to have my boy Jay Burner. He just had a single with T.I. So we're going to be doing the big, just letting people see. Because when I record, I be seeing the videographer, all of them, they be, like, why not do a live show?
Right.
So it's going to be intimate. It's going to be exclusive. So if you want to be a part of it, stay tuned. Or you can send me an email at info@italkgray.com.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Be there or be square. And thank you guys again for another amazing Winning Wednesday, game-changing Wednesday. Special thanks to our sponsors at Boss Nation Network for making this all possible. And I will see you guys next week.
Yeah.